Okay, we're working on the bent front wheel of the Norton. We're going to take the tire off, unspoke the rim, and then ship the rim to California to Buchanan's, who are the only people I trust to straighten that dent out. That's what they do. They're strictly motorcycle wheels and stuff, and they're really, really good. So that's where where the rim is going to go. In the meantime, I have a Norton on my lift, tying up my lift, which means I'm out of business unless I can get it off my lift with no front wheel. So years ago, I came up with this gizmo, which is just a horrible setup, but it works. And we're going to tighten these eyelets down and then be able to roll the bike off the lift and off into the corner and park it while we have the front wheel repaired. So I can continue to use my lift for other bikes. Okay, we rolled the bike this far. Kevin stayed on this side of the bike. I stayed on this side of the bike, and it works. Okay, we've gotten the bike rolling this far. We're now going to spin the bike and put it in here, and then we're going to put the bike on the center stand. Right now it's resting on the side stand. But we're going to bring it in here and put it on the center stand for stability. Let's see how it works. All right, we actually were successful at that. Kevin stayed on this side, I stayed on the other side. We simply pivoted the bike on the rear wheel, pushed it into the slot, and put it on the center stand for stability. And it's interesting that I did this with probably half a dozen bikes over the last 20 years by myself before Kevin started working with me. And it was more scary now. I'm older, and it's just scary. So I will say to you, if you build anything like this, if you think that you want to do this, don't. but if you insist, have a buddy work with you when you move it around, because it was scary. But on the other hand, it's there, it's stable, and the front wheel is on its way to be repaired. All right, Kevin is dropping the front wheel off at Moto Tire. They're going to unlace it and take the rim off. And in the meantime, remember, this is the bike that started out. The problem was that the front wheel was rubbing against the fender stays. And if you take a look here, you can see where it was rubbing there. And if I do a flip, it's rubbing there. Part of the problem is it's a 410 tire, which is a very wide tire. 400 or a 390 would fit in there nicer, but it's a brand new tire, so we want to keep it. This is a non-stock front fender. It's not a Norton front fender. So it's been installed by somebody very carefully. Looks cute. And got the nuts underneath. And we can do better. I'm going to buy some nicer nuts and bolts. I don't like putting screws up here. I want some nice little nuts and bolts, maybe even chrome if I can find them. That'll look good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this free from the fender, and I'm going to change the angle of the dangle. This area right here is going to be bent out a little bit more to move the whole brace out. So this area be bent out a little more, moving the fender out, the brace out. Then I'll take this bend and bend it down to compensate for the fact that this one is bent out. That'll open up the gap so the fender brace will not touch the tire as the tire goes round and round. So I'll do that, maybe now, maybe later, I don't know. It's a dreary, dreary day. I have a friend coming to stay here for a few days. And I also have my throat starting to feel a little scratchy. I might go inside and throw a handful of salt down the back of my throat. See if it makes me feel better. So that's where we are. I'm going to do this, and then we're going to get that front wheel off to Buchanan's. In the meantime, the green bike is back on the lift, and I'm going to see if the client wants to put the Premier on it that Kevin has in his shop. We'll work that out.